Today we're looking at arc length and sector area. How do I use arc length to find sector area? That's a good question. Let's start with our warm-up. I'm learning to find the arc length and area of sectors of a circle. I'm going to convert either to degrees or to radians. Remember, what we multiply is either pi over 180 degrees or 180 degrees over pi. So if I am looking at the first one, which one do I multiply by? Well, you'll multiply by pi over 180. Why? Because degrees multiplied by degrees falls away. So this ends up with 115 times pi over 180. Because I don't want to spend a long time simplifying a fraction, I take my calculator. 115 divided by 180, hit math, hit enter again, and it is 23 over 36 pi radians. Okay, since we did the first one together, can you do the second one on your own? Once again, to simplify my fraction quickly, 72 divided by 180, math, enter. 2/5. So this is 2/5 pi radians. Okay, now let's think about the next one. This time we want to eliminate our pi. So we've got to use the 180 over pi to eliminate it. So 5 pi over 8 times 180 over pi. My pi's fall out, and then I end up with 5 times 180 divided by 8. And it's 112.5. So that would be 112.5 degrees. Can you do the next one on your own? Pi over 6 times 180 over pi. So it will be 180 divided by 6. What is 180 divided by 6? 30. So this will be equal to 30 degrees. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So you have to do that 0 at the end to make it 30. Okay, now what are we talking about today? We're talking about sectors. What is a sector? A sector of a circle is a portion of the circle that is bounded by two radii and their intercepted arc. A sector is named using the ends of the radius and the center of the circle. So if you're looking at this is sector APB. Your formula is your degree measure of the central angle divided by 360 times pi r squared. You could think of it almost like a piece of pizza. So the things you have to know are your degree measure and your radius. If I'm looking at this, what is my degree measure? X degrees is equal to 300 degrees. My R is equal to 9. Substituting it into my area formula, 300 degrees divided by 360 degrees. I almost put 630 for some odd reason. 360 degrees is that total circle, times pi times 9 squared. If I wanted exact, I'll leave pi in. So this would be 300 times 9 squared divided by 360. And I end up with 67.5. Pi, and this will be meters squared. What is that approximately? Well, if I take the 65 times pi and multiply it together, I end up with 212.05. My area is approximately 212.1 meters squared. For the next one, we have to know our degree measure. We have to know our radius. Our degree measure is what? Our degree measure is 120 degrees. Our radius is 3 centimeters. So our area is going to be 120 degrees over 360 degrees times pi times 3 squared. Now putting everything in but the pi so I can get that exact measurement. $120 times 3 squared divided by 360. And I get 3. So this is equal to, my area is equal to 3 pi centimeters squared. So what is 3 pi? 3 pi is about 9.4 centimeters squared. Okay, going to the next page. This time we're actually looking at a part of a pizza. Part of the pizza is topped with only green peppers, and the other part is topped with only mushrooms. The part topped with mushrooms has an area of 40 pi inches squared. What is the radius of the pizza? So if we're looking at this, what do? Well, we use that same formula. We know the x, that is equal to 225 degrees. Our r is what we're looking for. So if we're putting it into our formula, we have 225 degrees over 360 degrees times pi times my radius squared will be equal to 40 pi. Looking at this, what is the first thing I can factor out before I go any further? I can factor out the pi's because I've got pi on both sides. So 225 over 360 times r squared is equal to 40. We multiply by the reciprocal. So r squared is equal to going to put in 40 times 360 divided by 225. I get 64. So my radius squared is equal to 64. Square root both sides. And r is equal to 8. The radius is 8 inches. Okay, find the exact area of this sector. Pause the video. Can you apply the formula now? What is your x? What is your r? How do you plug and chug? X degrees is 20 degrees. My radius is 9 inches. So I've got the 20 degrees out of my 360 degrees total times pi times 9 squared. Remember, I'm going to leave the pi out for right now. So I'm going to take 20 degrees times 9 squared, divide it by 360, and I get 4.5. So it's going to be equal to 4.5 pi, and that will be inches squared. This is the amount of degrees out of the total degrees. That you're finding that fraction of the circle. Pi r squared is the area of the whole circle. So if I want my area is approximately, I'll take that 4.5 and put the pi with it, 14.1. That would be inches squared. Okay, find the approximate area of each sector with the given degree measure in a circle with the diameter or radius. If we have a diameter, what is the very first thing we have to do? If it's a diameter, we have to find the radius by cutting it in half. So my radius is 13 divided by 2, which is equal to 6.5. I'll use the decimal. It'll make my life easier. So I've got my x, I've got my r. I plug and chug you with my formula. Degree, 25 degrees over 360 degrees times pi times 6.5 squared. We're going to put that approximation because this is not going to be exact. We want anybody that looks at it to realize we know it's not exact. So I'm going to put everything into my calculator at once. 25 times pi times 6.5 squared divided by 360. I can do it in one fatal swoop. 9.21. So this is about 9.2. And this will be millimeters squared. Can you do the last one on your own? This time you have the radius. You do not have to find the radius. Plug and chug. Identify your X, identify your R, and then put everything in where it belongs in the formula. How many degrees? 73 degrees out of my 360 total. Times pi times 8.2 squared is approximately. Once again, I can do all of this in one step. 73 times 8.2 squared divided by 360. And I get 13.63, approximately 13.6. I come over here and this is feet squared. So how do you know when you're successful? You know when you're successful if you can find the arc length and sector area of circles. The area is x degrees over 360 degrees times pi r squared. The fraction of the circle times the area of the whole circle will give you that sector area.